Week 1 starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers, this one's for you, baby. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code Godzilla. That's promo code Godzilla. You get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. 888-789-7777 or visit ccp.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms, responsible gaming resources, see dng.co/audio. NFL ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Limited time offer.
John Fredericks, he's America's Godzilla of truth. All week long, he's world-renowned for his proficient proclivity to prophesy the people's political picks with pinpoint precision.
Yeah, baby.
Then, on the weekends, he gets with the guys that are pretty wise, and Godzilla wins. Godzilla wins, the sports picking show for winning dough. Money lines, parlays, over-under, the best plays. You choose the game, Godzilla picks the winners. Get expert analysis, exclusive insights, and have a little fun. When the game is on your mind and money's on the line, Godzilla Wins is your guide to picking winners. Godzilla Wins, on the screens of your TV and favorite devices, commanding radio airwaves far and wide. Before you make that play, hear what the Godzilla crew has to say. Presented by WestVirginiaSportsNation.com, it's time for Godzilla Wins, all across the John Fredericks Media Network. Oh, yeah.
For entertainment purposes only.
All right, this isn't a mistake. You don't have to adjust your TV or radio. This is a special Thursday edition of Godzilla Wins. Not going to do this every Thursday. Well, maybe we will, but it's not in the plan. But NFL starting tonight. We got kickoff at 8:20 tonight. NFL is starting. Can you believe it? These are not preseason games. Dallas goes to Philadelphia. Unbelievable. We got that. We got a game in Brazil. Where? On Friday night. We got 2 college games on Friday. But we can't wait till Saturday. We got to give you our expert analysis and picks because it's starting tonight. And let's get right to our panel. We've got Mitch Rogers, our host of Godzilla Wins on Saturday, extraordinaire. Logan Paul with us of WVSportsNation.com, WVSportsNation.com. You can catch him there. All your West Virginia news, WVSportsNation.com, the best website you're ever going to find in your life. Vince Mayako, Coach Vince, we call him. He's the coach in Bakersfield, California, of Taft College. Baseball coach there, getting ready for practice right after this show. So he's here. Timing was good. And, of course, you can't have a Godzilla Wins Pick Show without the indelible one and only Chris Saxman, who will not be with us on Saturday. So somehow we'll muddle through it without the great Chris Saxman. But I'm going to see him Friday. That's tomorrow on the Virginia game. But that's politics. We're breaking into Rob Carson. I know you're saying, I want to hear Carson. Where's Carson? Listen, all work and no play makes you all doughboys. So we got football. We got to get into it. This is sponsored by DraftKings. I'll get into that a little bit later. But, guys, let's open this up tonight. Can you believe it? It's starting tonight. NFL, Dallas, minus Micah Parsons, going to Philadelphia. Now, get this. Let me just lay this out, right? Eagles opened, 2 weeks ago at 6. Then it went to 6.5. People don't think much of Dallas. I get it. Then the Micah debacle happens. He goes to the Packers. They get a bunch of picks, and they get some run stopper, and they go to 8.5. And I think by game time, they're probably going to go to 9. all the public money, was it 82% I saw, of public money on the Eagles. Guys, I mean, what's the deal? Is Dallas, well, what are they here? Chopped liver? Let's just start with Saxman and everybody can jump in. What's the deal with this game?
Well, the historical trend, John, divisional underdogs cover week 1, 37-15 since 2014. There's a lot of irrational exuberance, as Alan Greenspan would say, on this one. The historical trends didn't count on Micah Parsons being traded from the Cowboys to the Packers a week out. The momentum is just, I think it's going to be a blowout for Philadelphia. I just think Dallas is just going to be on their heels.
Logan, what do you think here?
Yeah, no, I think you're seeing this shift based off just the overall health of the Cowboys. I mean, the organization as a whole, they're just scrambling right now. You know, Micah Parsons gone. That defense is not looking nearly as scary as it once was. They were able to retain Deron Bland, which is going to be a big, retention for them over the years. But overall, the Cowboys are just scrambling right now. And the Eagles, they look like they didn't lose much. They never do. They only keep adding on. They have a great front office, arguably the best in arguably all of sports. So I would say overall, pretty easy hit for the Eagles in week 1.
Mitch Rogers.
I don't know, man. 8.5 seems like a lot. I think this is the Cowboys' best offense they've had in 3 or 4 years. I know the defense is going to take a hit, and they're going to be focused on how they're going to stop the running game. Saquon Barkley is going to be perfect, obviously, for the litmus test for that. I don't like 8.5 here at all. I'm going to go with Dallas. I think I'm still contemplating. I'm looking at DraftKings every 5 minutes, but I think I get it. But Mike has had games where he's checked out and hasn't been the difference maker, and they've been able to win games before. There's going to be a lot of emotion. Nick Sirianni didn't even know he was getting it was the spring ceremony tonight, so he's all out. He's all checked out. No, I think what people are forgetting is George Pickens will be a difference here, and I think they'll lose, but not by more than 8.5.
What do you think, Coach?
8.5's a lot. I know historically, I think it's been at least 10 years now where the defending Super Bowl champions gets the opportunity to host game 1 of the season on a Thursday night. And I think historically, you look at it, you're probably likely to take the underdog in most of these cases. But this is a totally different situation here, especially with the going-ons with Dallas and Micah Parsons being shipped away. 8.5 is a lot. It is a lot of points for the NFL. When's the last time Dallas was that big of an underdog in a game? I mean, you probably have to go back maybe the time when Jerry Jones first bought the team in the early 90s. I mean, 9.5. You're saying it could be 9 by game time.
I think it's going to 9. I think this is just showing no respect for the Dallas Cowboy football team. I mean, this is a decent team. I'm not going to tell you they're going to win the division or win playoff games, but this is not a bottom feeder or doormat. It's a solid football team, and so this idea that we trade away Micah Parsons and then all of a sudden the line is going to shift by 3 points. That's a field goal. I mean, maybe if Dak was out, it shifts by 1.5 or 2. I've never seen a line shift 3 points in 2 weeks because a defensive end got shipped to another team. I've never seen this. So on principle, I like Dallas. So let's go around with our picks here. Let's start with Saxman. Eagles right now -8.5 on DraftKings over Dallas. What's your pick?
Look, it's not a smart pick historically. It's not a smart pick at 8.5, but I'm going with the Eagles to cover at home to start the season. It's a Thursday night game. I don't like those either. I just like the Eagles in this one to cover at home. I just think momentum is going to be there. They'll probably win by more than 10.
Logan?
I like the Eagles as well, but I don't think I like that 8.5. I'm taking the Eagles still, but not to cover.
Well, then that's no bet. I mean, what is that? Because if you bet the money line, you're laying like 9-1 or so.
Lee Corso, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, that's like saying you like Maryland -16.5 Friday night, and you like the money line if you want to lay,
Hey, make money. Look, if you want to make money, right?
I mean, all right, he has no pick.
Make
okay.
$2.
Let's get to Mitch. 8.5. You got to bet the line.
Yeah, well, John, this has a feeling that this spread is all being manipulated by public sentiment and hate for Dallas right now in the Micah Parsons trade. One interesting tidbit before I make my pit: Philadelphia was in the running for the Micah Parsons trade, according to Adam Schefter today. And I'm sure it would have taken a boatload to send it to your rival, especially if you're playing him on week one. But it just lets you know Dallas is just all over the place. But again, and I know I'm a Steelers homer, so this may be a Pickens thing right here. This is the best offense that they have had in a while. They've got 2 or 3 running backs that can set the stage as well. And Dak is a good quarterback, even though everybody wants to hate him. This is a public sentiment line. Load up the Cowboys. Load them up. Plus 8.5 for 9.
You go with the Cowboys, Vince?
Yeah, I think Mitch hits the nail on the head there. I think, and obviously the Eagles raise their banner tonight. They get their rings. And oh, by the way, they're possibly by kickoff a 9-point favorite. Take Dallas.
I love Dallas in this game on principle and on the fact that they're not chopped liver. This is a solid football team, and I think they're really going to play inspired football. I'm also with Mitch. I think they're going to score tonight, and it's going to be a little bit of a competitive game. So I like Dallas plus 8.5. We're going to get to Brazil in a moment. You got our picks on the Dallas game. But if you want to make some money, you want to go to DraftKings. This segment's sponsored by DraftKings. They're going to give you $300 for a $5 bet. I've never seen this. Look, they've been a sponsor of mine since they started. This is incredible. All you got to do is go to DraftKings.com, download the DraftKings app to your phone, put in $5, put in promo code Godzilla, and as soon as you bet the $5, you can bet a touchdown, you can bet a prop, you can bet any of these games over under. As soon as you bet $5, you put $5 in, you bet 5. As soon as that bet goes in, boom, you're going to get $300 in bonus bets instantly right there. Boom. 5 gets you 300. It's an incredible deal. You want to check this out. Promo code Godzilla. But there's more. As Crazy Eddie would say, there's more. And you get another, you also get $200 off on YouTube or YouTube TV for NFL tickets. So if you want to watch your favorite team like the Titans, I got to buy it. I'm going to get $200 off. Great deal. Now, in order to get to 300, you have to be new. In order to get to 200, you've got to be a brand new subscriber. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-GAMBLER. Have to be over 21 years old. Restrictions apply. The bonus bets expire in a week, so you've only got 7 days. Just go to DraftKings.com, download their app, promo code Godzilla, put in $5, $300 in free bets instantly. Can't beat the deal. Guys, you got to get in. Now, let's go to Brazil. Kind of crazy. We're playing a game in Brazil, but whatever. Roger Goodell. You got the Kansas City Chiefs just, got beaten in the Super Bowl, but they got Mahomes. And they're a 3-point favorite over the Bolts, over Los Angeles. Harbaugh and his quarterback there, 3-point underdog. Everybody betting the Chiefs again. They got the majority of the money. So public betting Chiefs and Eagles. I'll go in reverse order, Vince.
Well, don't even get me started on an international game in week 1 in Brazil. I mean, when I think of Brazil, I think of Pele and soccer. I don't think of American football. I don't know. Maybe Goodell is smarter than me, and he's obviously has some eyes on selling merchandise and making a ton of money in South America. But you know what? I've talked about that. I've been saying this probably the last 5 years. This is the decline of the Chiefs, and they keep finding their way to the Super Bowl. But I'm going to hold it down. And I think this is going to be the decline of the Chiefs. I think the Chargers is there. They're positioned. They obviously lost a huge offensive tackle earlier in summer workouts. But give me Harbaugh and the Chargers in this one.
And taking the 3 looks like.
Correct.
Mitch?
Man, going to Brazil, it's kind of like it. You got Travis Kelce, is probably the most popular player on the planet of Earth right now. So they're trying to grow the game. I get it. So, I mean, week 1, that does seem kind of messed up to do that. Mahomes' record against the Chargers is crazy. It's like 27 touchdowns to like 3 interceptions. Also, his week 1 record is nuts as well. It's only a 3-point spread when you think it should be a little bit more. Is it the decline of the Chiefs? not this week. I'm going to go with the Chiefs -3. Rashee Rice being out is going to be a huge deal, but I think this Kansas City team comes in motivated. Even though they went to the Super Bowl last year, it was a lackluster season for them, especially offensively. People are now questioning whether Mahomes is a generational talent. You have just pundits everywhere just flying off the chains with stupid takes. And I think Mahomes is him and will prove it this season again. I don't know if they win the Super Bowl, but they will win in Brazil.
Lugs?
Ole, ole.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs here outright. I think that 3-point is a really good line. I think it's gonna be a close game. You know, that first game in Brazil, long travel for both teams. First game of the year in general, you know, you never know what you're gonna get out of it. But Patrick Mahomes is 10-2 against the Chargers all the time, as you were saying, Mitch. So he basically owns the Chargers, and they have a lot of new pieces, most notably with Najee Harris at running back, and then I think they have a couple injuries at receiver. So I think the Chargers are gonna have a rougher start to the year. Give me the Chiefs here outright.
Saxman?
Chiefs will cover. Betting against the Chiefs is like betting against NVIDIA, Microsoft, Google. They're just too good, too deep, too many good assets. They lost Rashawn Slater at the beginning of the year, their number one left tackle. That's going to hurt the Chargers, I think, in the game like this. And like everyone said, Mahomes has just absolutely lunched on the Chargers. 7 of the last 8 games that the Chiefs have won. So take the Chiefs in this one.
Well, what about you guys are Steelers fans? What about Najee?
What the hell do I care? He's not on the Steelers anymore.
I mean, he's going to have rec specs on because he blew half of his eyelid off or with fireworks. So
who knows what's going on?
Yeah, they've been so incognito about his injury. He says he's fine, but he really hasn't been practicing fully yet either.
He pulled a Jason Pierre-Paul.
Look, I like the guy, but you know he's not in the Steelers anymore. It's not my problem.
I'm a Bama fan for life, though, so I like.
I'm going here. I'm going with the old ball coach. I'm going with the old ball coach Vince here. I mean, we always say it's going to be their decline, right? I mean, but they never decline. And then you look at Andy Reeves has had 8 months to prepare for this Chargers. You give him 2 weeks, he's like 101. So he got 9 months or 7 months or whatever it's been. So everything points to Kansas City here. Everything. And all the public money's on them. And so that's why I'm betting San Diego or whatever they are, the Chargers, because I'm going against the public. And at some points, the Chargers have to beat this team. At some point, they got to win a game. All right, so let's go around. Be sure we have it. Start with Saxman here. Kansas City -3. Who's your pick?
Kansas City covers.
Logan.
Yep, Kansas City covers.
Mitch.
I'm going Kansas City and the under 46.5.
Like the under. Love the under.
Vince.
I'm going Chargers and outright winner in this one. Most important question, though, will Taylor Swift be at the game?
Well, she'll go down to Brazil. I don't know.
That will determine whether I turn the channel.
Maybe is there a betting line on that?
Oh, for sure.
Well, there's a betting line on if she'll be in the Super Bowl.
Well, I think the engagement locked the Super Bowl bid for the Chiefs because there's no way the NFL is going to turn down that.
Hey, and I don't mind that. I mean, the Super Bowl always has, a bunch of ladies there that don't really watch the game. So if they're having fun at halftime, I had fun with Kendrick Lamar last time. So, everyone.
How did he get on the show?
What y'all know about Kendrick Lamar?
I have 10 and 7-year-old daughters.
Because I need him as the host.
I have 10 and 7-year-old daughters. So, Swifties are everything in my house.
All right. Well, I like the Chargers. I'm going to take the 3. And I don't bet over and under, but if I was betting over and under, I'd bet the over, but I don't bet over under. I think I bet one time. I bet the over. The score was 3-3 going in the fourth quarter. I never bet another one.
All right, hey, folks, hold on. All right, John, I got to stop you here. Folks, if you watch Godzilla on Saturdays, he never bets an over and under except when he bets an over and under. Once my butt, but we'll, but I'll
a couple times. A couple times. Not too many though. But I don't bet in this game. But I do like the Chargers here. I just things have to they got to change. I mean, at some point, the Chargers have got to beat Kansas City if they're going to be a relevant football team in that division. And so why not do it now? Why not start And I'm with the old ball coach here. I think maybe it's time for the decline.
What about Justin Herbert, guys? He needs to step up. I mean,
He
I know
needs to do something.
He's a quarterback, but he hasn't done anything yet. And at some point, the pressure has to fall on him because it hasn't yet, which kind of it bothers me because
he hasn't done squat. Every time he has a big game, he's a stiff.
Yeah,
So
Justin Herbert.
Yeah,
Justin Herbert's
he's
the
got
best
a good game.
hypothetical quarterback.
Right.
There's all these hypotheticals like, oh, if he had a true number one receiver, oh, if he had a true number one running back, oh, but what if they got in the playoffs at home? Like at some
or
point,
if his left tackle wasn't injured, yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
Oh,
again.
what if he didn't have this injury? Oh, he did have it.
Oh, what if Taylor Swift doesn't show up in Brazil?
Hey,
that's gonna be another hypothetical for Justin Herbert. Maybe that would
you guys are just Herbert bashers. Come on, man. It's eventually things change. I'm betting on the change here. Herbert finally has a good game. Harbaugh finally beats the Chiefs.
John,
right? It's all going to happen.
John, if you could go back 15 years and start looking at the Patriots and go, let's start betting against the Patriots. This is not a smart bet. Look, you're just in an historic trend of a potential dynasty. The smart money is going to be on them every single time. Until they start losing, guess what? They're not losing. They're not trending.
We'll see who's cashing out. We'll see who's, like my father said, there's only two kinds of tickets. The ones you go to the window and cash and the other you put in the trash. That's the only two there are. We'll see what happens on Friday after Friday night. I'm betting the Chargers in this game. Okay, we got a couple of college footballers coming up, dude. And I'm going to start on Friday night. Like, when did college football start playing on Friday? I got all these games now on Friday. And, of course, we got to go to the first game, which is I can't even say this with a straight face. Northern Illinois goes to Maryland in Turtle Land to play the Terps, who just blew out somebody last week. And Anna and I were at the game. I don't know who they played. We were at the game. I laid the whatever it was, 19 or 20, whatever it was, a blowout. And Terps look good. Terps look good. I mean, Maryland might be a little bit of a sleeper here in the Big Ten, but, they played a weak sister. Northern Illinois is coming. Maryland 16.5. No way they lose this game, not after the game they played on Saturday. They got an offense. They got a pass rush. And Maryland is better than you think they are. 16.5, 25. What the hell's the difference if you win 52-3? Any thoughts on this game, Logan?
Well, Northern Illinois did beat Notre Dame last year, so we can't exactly count them out. But this is a different year. I think that was a one-off. I mean, Notre Dame, that was a whole different scenario. But Maryland, they look good. They're always, middle of the pack Big Ten, but they look good this year. Mike Locksley's a pretty good head coach. The over/under last time I looked, I think the spread was like 16.5. I would go and I would probably say cover that for the Maryland. I don't think this is Northern Illinois' year.
Mitch,
Maryland has 16 consecutive non-conference wins. That's the biggest streak in all of NCAA football, and they're 16-1 if you count when last time they beat West Virginia, which is why I take offense when you wear that Maryland shirt with the West Virginia logo behind you. But they're back at home again, and I do think that Maryland is going to be a decent team this year. So 16.5 is a lot, but I'm going to go with Maryland and take the points.
Let's go the old ball coach, Vince.
Well, Maryland's got a nice freshman quarterback, Malik Washington, who was one
good.
of the top quarterbacks that was recruited. Head coach Mike Locksley. This is a make or break season for him. His overall record in Maryland, 36-67. In most situations, that gets you fired 3 years ago. So this, I think, is a big year for him and his stability of that program. A lot of points. The line did open up at 17.5, dropped to 16.5. But, I want to say Maryland, but Logan, I forgot all about that. Northern Illinois taking down the Fighting Irish last year in week 1. This is an interesting game.
All right, let's go around the horn, get our pick. Saxman.
Northern Illinois will cover this one. I think Maryland's overrated. They got great talent. The coach is a great recruiter. He came from Alabama. But that 16.5 is a little bit too rich, especially my experience last weekend when I got sniped a few times by that half point. So
how about that Georgia game?
Moving on. I think Logan has the next pick.
I got to go to Logan, but that Georgia game, the hell was
Don't
that?
start
man?
with
You're up 47-0. You're laying 40.5, and they score a garbage touchdown like 2 minutes to
Why don't you
go.
go to Kentucky Toledo and just like stab me in the chest?
That was even worse. I mean, those two games are just brutal. Anyway, go ahead, Logan. We got to get off the Georgia debacle. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like Maryland to win this, but I like the Northern Illinois to cover the spread. I think 16.5 is pretty high.
All right, Mitch.
Yeah, I'm going to go in, and they did a good job. Malik Washington's from Glen Burnie. They've had a tough time keeping recruits from the state, so they do a good job. And against Florida Atlantic, he looked awesome last week. I'm going to go with, like I said before, I'm going to go 6. I'm going to take minus 16.5 and go with Maryland on this one and root for the hometown boy in Maryland.
Vince.
Maryland wins, but Northern Illinois keeps it within 2 touchdowns.
All right, so we got my pick coming up. There's only 2 picks going with the favorite, and that's me. I like Maryland minus the 16.5. This game is going to be 49-12 or 10 or something, blowout. So I like Maryland minus 16.5.
Feel a side bet coming.
Here's a fun game. Okay, we got a fun game coming. I got 3.5 minutes, so we got to go fast, guys. JMU, it's tough not to like JMU, right? JMU, James Madison University, travels to Redbird Land, goes to Louisville, 14-point underdog. Oh my goodness, JMU. They upset a lot of teams. They play them tough. Let's start with Vince, JMU, going to Louisville, plus 14. What do you think?
I think Louisville is in the top tier of the ACC this year. I think they got a shot at competing for a conference title. 14 points. One thing about Louisville, Jeff Brom is an outstanding college coach. What he did at Purdue and really made Purdue relevant. And then he's obviously a Louisville alum. USC transfer quarterback Miller Moss had a good first week. I think I'm going to go Louisville here.
Mitch?
All right, JMU is the favorite to win the Sun Belt Conference. They're also a sleeper pick to make the playoffs this year because a lot of people think they're going to go undefeated. To go undefeated, you obviously have to win today. I'm going with JMU outright. Alonzo Barnett, their quarterback, famously threw for almost 500 yards, 7 touchdowns versus UNC last year. Take JMU on the money line and win.
Wow, money line. It's a ballsy pick.
I like
JMU
it.
all the way. Yep.
Go ahead, Logan.
John, what's the spread again on this game?
It's 2 touchdowns is 14. And if you take James Madison to win outright, you get plus 450. So they're a 4.5 to 1 underdog.
I really like Louisville this year. I think they're going to be, like you mentioned, Coach, I think they're going to be on top of the ACC. They got a really good squad, but so does JMU. And Alonzo Barnett, he's returning. He's a really good quarterback in that. I might just take JMU outright here and make a little bit of money.
Yeah,
plus 440 sacks.
Mitch, I like that. I like, well, first of all, I like JMU to cover, first of all. I think 14 is too much.
Sure, yeah.
14.5 is way too much. It's currently, I think, 14.5. I would take the under, but if you want to take JMU to cover, but if you want to take a flyer on that one, at 4.5, I like that too. Might put a little, even though my daughter went there, graduated, even though I'm a Valley boy, Shenandoah Valley boy, might take JMU. I'll watch the line in particular. If that line gets into 13s, it'll be a hard pick.
I already bet James Madison because I was afraid it was going to go down to 13.5. So I already put in my wager as soon as I saw it at 14. And this is the way I look at it. I mean, I like Louisville, but they always disappoint somehow, and they never cover either. They always get up big. The other team comes back. I'm just not a fan. But the problem is betting against James Madison. This is a really good football team. A lot of people think they, like you guys said, they could go undefeated. They're certainly the favorite to win the Sun Belt Conference. This is a big game for them. This is a big game for their university. They just went into FSB. So, or I'm sorry, what is it? Yeah, you have CS. I'm sorry, a couple seasons ago, I love JMU. I think they could win the game. I'm not going to do the 4.5 because I like to cash my ticket. I'm going to take the 14. Guys, we got to go. Godzilla Wins will be back on Saturday, 9 a.m. Back to regular programming and Rob Carson. I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early.